How you doing? David Taub here. Hope all is going well. Hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today we're going to go ahead and try some things that are going to kind of rock up our blues playing, right? But I'll tell you, these rock licks, blues licks, they're all very similar, and a lot of them can be used interchangeably in those genres. It's just a matter of attitude, right? How you play the lick, how you attack it. Because I want to help you with your fretboard architecture, your fretboard vision, how you're looking at the fretboard, how to connect different elements together to get you out of the box and to help you to develop your own voice on the instrument. And today we're jamming over a very basic, just 2-chord progression in the key of A minor. It's an A minor to F change. 2 chords. They're moving by pretty quickly, so you're probably going to be playing more of what relates to all than treating each one separately. If you could do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content. Also, you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what lessons you'd like to see. If you like the video, do me a solid, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share the video, and I thank you so much for your support. So first, let me show you the scales that we're going to build these licks with and some of the arpeggios, and we're kind of mixing together arpeggios and scales and blues licks and techniques and devices. First scale is, you want to learn that expanded 1 minor pentatonic and blues scale where we're combining 3 shapes into 1 long shape, because that right off the bat will get you playing across the neck. That looks like this. Get that under your fingers, right? That's in my scale. If you want to look at that scale, it's in the ebook, so be sure to click on that link below. I'll send you the ebook for free. And then also, when you're doing these scales, make sure you know where the root notes are. There's 3 of them in that particular shape. A here, you have your A here, and another A here. Right, and the notes we're playing in that minor pentatonic and blues scale: A, C, D, G flat, that's our blue note, and G. Okay, that's important. And it's also nice to know where those blue notes are, those E flats. Here, another one here, and up here. I'm going to be accenting those, using those for color. The other scale I like to use over a progression like this would be A natural minor. A natural minor works over both chords, as does minor pentatonic and blues. It relates to all. One of the scales you'll see me play will look like this. Thing about that natural minor scale is we're adding 2 notes to our minor pentatonic and blues scale, right? You get that 9th or that 2nd, that B note, and then we also get the flat 6, the F note. So those create like great half-step bends and whatnot, and it really gives you some different sounds than just using straight minor pentatonic and blues. The other thing I want to do is show you a lick like this where I'm adding in arpeggio and connecting it to the blues scale. And you get some really interesting sounding licks. Here's the lick slow. All right, I'm doing a bunch of things there, but the main thing is I'm connecting an A minor 7th arpeggio into the blues scale. Let me show you that arpeggio first. It looks like this. The whole arpeggio will look like this. But we only played a piece of it, but that's the whole thing. Now that's a minor 7th. We're taking the notes in an A minor 7, playing them one at a time. That's all an arpeggio is. The notes of a chord played separately. The notes in that A minor 7th chord is a root, flat 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, or our A, our C, our E, and our G. We just repeat them. This is a great arpeggio because it's 2 notes per string. It kind of takes you over 3 octaves, right? Where it really gets cool sounding is when we start adding it in to our other scales, adding it into our blues scales, for instance. So here's a way to look at this, okay? Think of it like, okay, second finger on our A note. So we are emphasizing those A's. We play first part. But when we get to the G string with our pinky on our E note, we're just gonna back it up down the blues scale. Okay, and then we're gonna go into a little blues, minor pentatonic, and blues. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking the blues scale straight descending. And when I get to that flat third, that C note, get a little bend. And I give it a little vibrato on the A, right? So here it is slow. Okay, so remember I said before, you know those blue notes. This here, you have that same lick here, right? And you have it up here too. So if you could kind of get the vision of seeing those connection points through these licks, those little pieces or fragments and how they repeat, is really a good way to start looking at the fretboard as one big opportunity, right? One big shape. Because we know our E flat, there's our blue note, and we know that C, we could bend. Right? And that leads to all kinds of connection licks in that shape. You know, jam tracks are an invaluable tool for the practicing guitarist. You know, they really help you dial in your soloing, working on your rhythm, help you with playing over chords. They do so much because you have a full band behind you, chords underneath you. And if you want some killer sounding tracks, click on that link below. I'll send you my jam track coach, which is 6 killer sounding jam tracks that I specifically designed for teaching purposes and jamming. Wide open, easy to weave a solo. And I'll send you that, and I'll send you a written lesson for each track, as well as diagrams of the scales so you could see them, suggestions on soloing strategy. So you're not just getting a track and go. I'm kind of giving you a template and suggestions and things to try. So you have a jam track, you have the written lesson, you have the scales to see them on paper. My jam track coach, click on that link in the YouTube description box. I'll send it to you for free from Next Level Guitar. Here's the whole lick. I'll take it right from the A note. Okay, let's build more. What I did there was, after I got to our A root on the D string, I went to the A on the B string up at the 10th fret. That's called going from the 1 to the 1. It's kind of a cool blues device, but what it is you get a different timbre and octave because we're playing obviously this A, then we're bringing it up an octave, we're getting this A. So it sounds really cool. Especially if you do that at a chord change, because it really accents it. So now we got this. Then what did I do is I did that bend that we did before. I just did the same bend, little micro bend, quarter step. Kind of bending that flat to the major third, right? In the blues it works really well. To our root note, which we have here. Remember I said knowing the position of these notes is really critical. And then you could play with that. We're in this little mini box, right? That's a cool little note off that triplet. To the bend. Alternate picked and then just kind of repeat it. And hammer 8 to 10 to get to our root note, right? Here's the lick slow. Now you can go back to it. I'm even throwing in some string rates. And then one other thing, I'll take it to this. To that really cool double stop. If you like my lessons, I play that double stop a lot. 9th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B. To that double stop, 5th fret, G and B strings with your first finger. So you kind of get this. do the same things, but now we're adding double stops. And what that is doing is adding all this texture. So if you're only playing one note at a time, throw in the double stops, because that adds that added layer. When you're playing two notes, it gives you a lot of dimension to your playing. So look at what we're doing here as far as from a fretboard vision standpoint. And I know you might not be thinking about all these things as you're jamming because you want to just play, right? It's a lot more organic. But just so you understand it, we're taking a minor 7 arpeggio, we're moving it across the neck, we're attaching it to our blues scales, adding in our blue note for color. We're doing a device bending a flat to major third. We're going from the 1 to the 1. We're doing micro bends. We're adding double stops. It's not just the notes you play, but how you play them, right? Here it is a little faster. Really accent those root notes, you know, add those blue notes for color, add that natural minor scale. I hope this lesson helps you to see the guitar neck a little bit differently. Maybe start looking across the neck instead of just, you know, in these boxes like, you know, we often get trapped in, and give you some different sounds and intervals that you can kind of play with and connect. Have fun with it. Keep developing your own voice on that guitar. Please subscribe to the channel. Remember that. It helps us a lot to keep bringing the content. You'll be notified when we have new lessons. Click on that link below. Get you some jam tracks, but my jam track coach, which also comes with the soloing strategies and the ebook with the scales and written lesson for each track. It's a really great practice tool. I'll send it to you for free. Just click on that link. Thanks so much for joining me. And hey, stay tuned. I got tons more killer content and lessons coming up. Stay positive, and remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock on. Kind of see the guitar as one big, hey, it's okay. It's all right, little girl. It's okay. All right. This is Scarlett. She came in to see how we're doing. She likes being in the studio when we're recording, right, little girl?